Hello guys, welcome to Tarot Predictions and welcome to the new moon in Libra live feed, which we are going to cover all star signs with the tarot reading. And with that being said, guys, I will now just shuffle the cards, and while I'm shuffling the cards, I do want to remind you, and with that being said, guys, I will now, I do want to remind you guys that if you do want a private reading, you can always purchase one at www.tarotpredictions.net, which is written here in the post. And from there, as soon as the purchase goes through, which takes a couple of minutes, we are going to schedule an appropriate time for both of us, so it's comfortable. And that being said, this is going to be a 5-card reading as per usual for the moon cycle. Hello everybody, how are you doing? So I will go, now I shuffled, and I will go through each card, from the spread. Now the first card of the spread is going to represent the topic of the moon cycle. The second card is going to represent the difficulties that the representative sign is going to have and it has to cope with. The third card is going to represent the intentions that one needs to have in order to to reach the maximum potential out of this moon cycle. The fourth card is going to represent the lesson we have to learn here, or aka why this is happening. I mean, why we have to struggle. And the last card is going to be the energies that are going to support us. So it's always positive card regardless of what it comes up. So with that being said, we are going to Aries first as per usual, and the first card for Aries, that will be the Hangman. The second card is going to be the Ten of Cups. The third card is going to be the Three of Wands. The fourth card is going to be the Three of Cups. And the last one is going to be the Page of Swords. So just because we do have the Hangman, guys, and the Ten of Cups with the second card, it is obvious that this full moon for Aries, the new moon, excuse me, in Libra, for Aries at least, is going to face a lot of, I could say, difficulties in initiation, and not because the initiation will be an absent, but because Aries are, it does look like that they're going to be quite comfortable in the place that Aries are finding themselves, probably into their career and into their relationship. They simply, they will be satisfied of how the things are going on, and that will make Aries a lack of sense of progress, So that being said, guys, you need to remind yourself every time when that happens, when you start feeling way too comfortable in your environment, and that makes the urge of making progress to completely vanish and disappear from your life, to remind yourself that life is a constant improvement. And as soon as you're capable to, to solidify your current achievements, to solidify your current positions, you should not stop there, but you should start making, some other progress. And this is what the challenges, the intention card is showing us for you, Aries. It does show that you need to start placing in front of yourself more challenges which are going to force you to improve your standard of performance, if we're talking about your career. And if we're talking about your relationship with this card, guys, then it does look like that you need to start putting the relationship into test, which means that you need to start making the relationship more stir-like, more dynamic, and see if it can survive that. Because for what it seems, there is a broad opening that is coming in your way, guys, from these cards, and you need to widen your surrounding, you need to widen your perspective, you need to widen your basket, if you can say that way, so you can take on every single opportunity that is coming on into your future. So basically, this is what that kind of a new moon in Libra is focused upon, at your behalf. It is very important here with the Hangman, guys, not to force things and not to bruise things. Okay, if something isn't working out for you, even though it's a challenging and you see merely no progress whatsoever, even if you try way too hard, you just leave it aside. It is not your thing, and you can move on to the next one, which is going to actually have any progress and actually will have any contribution for your well-being. The lesson you need to learn here, guys, with the Three of Cups, it's a exactly that. Actually, it's, you need to know that whatever is meant for you to happen and whatever it is meant for you to be experienced, it's not gonna place a very big resistance towards you, which means that things are just gonna start happening as soon as you start placing efforts into it. And those which are not happening despite how big efforts you're placing in, they simply are not gonna happen for you, like ever. Well, ever, it's a very strong word, but at least in the near future, and that's why you have to reprioritize your efforts either into your relationship or into your career, guys, toward the things which can actually be worked out at this very moment. And the last card for you, Aries, is going to be the energies which are going to accompany you, and that will be the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, as an energy card, it does show that you will be quite open-minded. I mean, those energies are going to keep you quite open-minded, and you will have that personal opinion about the situations which cannot be influenced from the outside. So that card kind of speaks for a little bit of rebellious spirit that you do have. You will dispute everything that doesn't seem right, everything that doesn't seem quite correct for you. And by the way, these energies are very favorable, guys, because they will instantly make you spot liars. It's just whenever the fiction is presented to you as facts, you will instantly know that. So at least you will know that at this new moon in Libra, you will not be able to be lied, okay, from different people or from situations and vice versa. Okay. So the next one is Taurus. Let me shuffle, guys. Good evening, Caitlin. How is the weather in Italy? Actually, here the weather is quite weird, to be honest. It's because it's supposed to be very cold at this time of the year. Well, very cold, not exactly very cold, but it's still 30 degrees Celsius outside. It's kind of like ridiculous for that kind of a season, for for the seasons that we are at right now. Okay, so for Taurus, the first card, that will be the Tower card. And then we do have the Page of Wands. And then we do have the Death card. So we can see quite major period for Taurus here. And then we do have the Ten of Swords. And that will be the Hierophant card. So guys, this is all about making shift, making change, initiating, going through a very hard period of time and leaving things behind you which are quite painful for you. It is very, how can I place it in words? That will be a very intense period of time for Taurus, very difficult to pass through. It is because it's going to be very dynamic and things are going to happen suddenly without you being able to forewarn yourself for them. But at the end of the day, when that period ends during these 2 weeks period of time, it will be a cleansing period of time. So at the end of the day, you are going to feel yourself lighter. You're going to feel yourself as someone who have lifted a great burden off your shoulders, and from now on you can move on with your life, guys, and have a state of live happily ever after. Is because you were able to finalize certain things. You were able to basically say things that you were afraid to say till now, or break up with a certain relationships that are actually harmful for you, but at this very moment you could not do that for some reason. So let's go with the cards. Oops, that's are the second three cards, guys, excuse me. So we do have the Tower as a main topic, and it is exactly that. I mean, things that you thought are very, very solid and stable, they turn out to be extremely fragile, and that is regarding to virtually everything in your life. I mean, your career could seem that is quite solid, but it may turn out to be utterly fragile. But a negative influence of a certain person upon you could seem to be quite solid, but to turn out that it is utterly fragile. And that means, guys, that right now for you Tauruses, it is a period of time to make a complete shift and change in your life. So if you are leading your life, or you're not satisfied with the life you are leading, either you're not satisfied with your career or you're not satisfied with your relationship, now is the time, guys, to make a certain shift, to make a certain change, and to do something about it. How this could happen? Through a distraction, through a turmoil. So you need to burst out, you need to storm your issues, you need to storm your difficulties, and you should not be afraid of either failing, or you should not be afraid when something is decimating itself. Okay, it is because this is the nature of that situation. Something goes completely to ruin just so it can be rebuilt back again, to a grand scheme of things, of course, not to the same state as it was before. So let's give an example for a relationship which goes into ruin. uh, a relationship goes into ruin, guys, and the fact that it can be brought back again into life even stronger, it doesn't mean that the same relationship will come back into life even stronger. It does mean that the next relationship, which is very, very close, can come back to life, and it could be more, it could be stronger, more harmonious, and more pleasant than the previous one. So whatever, but that's my point, guys. Whatever it is, let's say, slipping through your fingers, and it's walking away from your life and from you and from your habits and from your from your surroundings, excuse me, you should not tend to keep it on any cost. I mean, if a person wants to go, well, you cannot do anything about keeping them by you. Well, you can in a certain extent, but it's not going to be long lasting. And same goes for a job. I mean, if a job wants to get rid of you, you cannot do anything about it, guys, except to search for a better place. And a better place, it is what you are going to find. Now, the next card, which represents the difficulties you will have, this is the Page of Wands, guys, and that card says nothing else but you will have difficulties to believe in yourself. I mean, you are much stronger and much capable than you think you are at this very moment. And as soon as you believe that that turmoil, that hurricane of circumstances which you're going to experience during this new moon period of time, which is going to throw you into limbo, is going to be much more easier to overcome, and much more and you will be much more productive by overcoming it. So that is the thing. When something really shitty happens in your life, you need to remember two things. First things is that all comes to a greater end. It means that at the end of the day, you, even though right now it does look like that you are losing, at the end, in reality, you are winning. And the second thing is that no matter what the situation is, the only thing you need to do is just keep on going. That's the only thing you need to do. And your intentions should be here with the Death card, to burn the bridges as fast as possible. No remorse of fear, no remorse of pity, no commiserations whatsoever, no affectionate reactions from you towards somebody or toward the situation. But as I said, when something wants to go away from you, you cannot stop it right now. You just can burn that bridge and invite the new better thing in your life. So if your relationship, your partner wants to go away from you, you can just say him farewell, wish him good luck, and open yourself for the next one that is coming very, very shortly for your life. Same goes for your career. And the lesson you need to learn here with the Ten of Swords is that every drastic change even though it's toward the better, always comes with a unpleasant, even painful symptoms was the word I was searching for. But pain is something that makes us aware that something is wrong. So when we do experience pain into a certain field, it means that something is wrong. Okay, and we have to do certain changes. Unfortunately, with the Ten of Swords, it does mean that we are quite off our time. What I mean is that you should have, Taurus, make those changes quite a while ago, but because you have postponed it, right now you have to face that particular pain. You have to endure it, and as soon as you endure it, guys, you are going to see that there is a new dawn for you. Okay, the next and the last card, that will be the Hierophant, and this is the energies which are going to support you. And these energies, guys, in reality are going to keep you on track with everything. What I mean is that the path that is meant for you to lead, it's it's going to be marked but by those energies, and they are not going to allow you to divide from it, to deviate from it, to diverse from that path. And at the end of the day, those energies, first of all, they are going to bring you a divine wisdom, whatever that is supposed to mean. I mean, this is what the card is telling. But at the end of the day, I mean, or the most practical meaning of this card as an energy in your case, Taurus, is that you will be able to keep your sanity in a perfect state, which means that these kind of situations which you are going to go through, guys, which are going to be painful, which are going to be, like someone say, brutal in some cases, will be able to face them with that cold mentality, knowing that at the end of the day everything has a greater reason and it happens for a greater benefit for your end, which is the truth. So it's kind of like your emotional state will be intact at the end of the day. Okay, so let me shuffle now, guys, and we can go to Gemini. Okay. The first card is the Emperor for Gemini. The second card is the Ace of Pentacles. The third card, that is going to be the Seven of Wands. Then we do have the Ace of Swords, and then we do have the Queen of Swords. Guys, it is a money making for you, Gemini, for what it seems, and a time to reap the fruits of your labor into during this 2 weeks period of time. And if you feel kind of deprived and bereft at the end of this period of time, then you haven't done very well, a very great job of collecting the rewards that you do deserve. And the topic here with the Emperor, it does look like that you will be given a very important task to do. If we're talking about your career, a task that requires your professionalism, that requires your sense of leadership, that requires your skills, and the sense of personal integrity and sense of emergency as well. So with that being said, you have to be very organized in your career. The work that you will have to do, it does rely on it, and it does demand it from you to be quite devoted into it and to put every energy that you do have into that particular project or a task or whatever it is, because this is what is going to put you on the throne of your empire, guys. Here, talking about your relationship, your partners, how can I place it in words here? I mean, unfortunately, for this 2 weeks period of time, guys, you cannot very much rely on your partner to do anything productive for the relationship. It's just, that's the truth. And you have to be the one who takes the things into their own hands and do everything that they are supposed to do, like paying the bills, like supporting the house if you are living together, or taking the initiation for calling to one another, for going out on a dinners, for hanging out in parks and these kind of stuff. But regardless of that, you need to monitorize your partner very closely, not because they're going to cheat on you or because they're going to deviate from the path of the relationship, but because they could make some stupid things, some stupid decision, which are having an effect not on the relationship personally, but on their exterior life. And you, if you love your partner, you will care how they feel toward their exterior life, toward their personal life, and that's why you need to monitorize them, guys, so you can prevent those kind of things to happen. Now, the problem here, however, and the things that you will struggle with, that will be the Ace of Pentacles, and you cannot put pressure and we're talking now for a relationship. You can't put pressure on your relationship and keep up with your partner on a very tight and very short leash, and in the same time to have harmony, okay? Because they're gonna start sensing that you are pressing way too much authority upon them, and this is what you need to do, but you need to do it more gently, more like surreptitiously, if that's something that can be applied, is a term that can be applied toward the situation. But at the end of the day, guys, you need to allow them to further their personal goal, and you can further your own personal goal for the relationship, but in the same time you need to take the control upon the relationship. So that is kind of like confusing, but basically you have to, guys, control your partner without they even know it, if that makes sense, okay? And talking about your career, this card shows that the success will not come initially, okay? So no matter right now how good plans you do have and how good perception you do have toward the projects that you're working at, guys, you need to know that there is always a better way, and this is why you need to find the better way, how to perform into your career, how to perform in the current project that you're working at, and how to reap the fruits of your labor. And that's gonna happen as your intentions come in here with the Seven of Pentacles. The more you do cope with your things, guys, the more you're gonna realize that, and you're gonna say to yourself, wait a minute, something is missing, something is missing in my project. I mean, there is either negotiation meeting with a client, for example, or an information which is missing right now, and I need to wait for it before I can actually create the plan for my perfect execution of that particular project, task, deed, whatever you name it, into your career. So that should be the case for you. Wait for a little longer just so you can see what actually is missing from your project or from your from your task. And in the same time, guys, you need to synchronize your efforts. Does your efforts justifies the results at the end? If they don't, then you need to realign them, resynchronize them toward the agenda you are following. Talking about your relationship, guys, this card speaks that you need to start breaking a noxious routine into one relationship. Probably you have spoiled your partner way too much, and right now they need to know that life is not just red carpets and roses, and actually there are bad things happening in life, and we need to be stronger. And this is how you will press your authority upon them, and you are going to guide them. This isn't about leadership, it's about guidance. You're going to guide them toward the accurate decision they need to take. But overall, into your relationship, as I say, guys, you have to take the lead there, and you have to navigate the relationship toward a greater height. And the lesson you need to learn here, that will be the Ace of Swords, guys. And talking about your career with the Ace of Swords, this lesson is that you need to kind of like draw a line here, okay? Because, well, that's difficult to pass through, actually. It's kind of like you need to acknowledge that sometimes things cannot be pushed through if there are pieces missing, even though you want to, even though you feel that you do have the necessary means to do so. But even if you are capable to push them through to a certain extent, the push is going to be way too sluggish, and at the same time not as much as productive as if you would have waited for that thing to happen. Okay, and talking about your relationship, truth needs to be said. There is nothing, there is not a better, there is none but a better medicine than the truth here. And if you think that your partner is doing stupid things, they are making like a childish mistakes in these kind of stuff, guys, you just have to tell them into their face that it is how they are reacting on certain situations, and that they are going to do a stupid move here because this and this and this. And I do believe that they are going to listen to you. So next card for you, that will be the energies, and with the Queen of Swords. First of all, these are healing energies that you will have on your behalf, guys. And the second type of energies that the Queen of Swords presents to you are energies of a very strong urge to push things through and very strong capability to push things through. So at the end of the day, despite of all odds, and even against the all odds, Geminis, you will be able to push your things through. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle and we're going to Cancer. Hi, Lauren. Actually, I why should I live in Vegas? I don't want to live in United States. Yeah, Erica. Okay, so for Cancer, we do have the Tower card, first card. Then we do have the Seven of Swords. Then we do have the Magician. And then is the Knight of Pentacles. And then we do have the Two of Wands. So guys, this apart from the Taurus period, your period is a period of a little bit of passiveness. One second, I just need to cope into the cards a little bit more careful. Yeah, it's about the period of it's not about the president, Kelly. It's about the way people live there. It's about the routine. It's about that you have to work 24/7. It's just ridiculous. While here, I'm just doing whatever I want to do, and that's that basically. So let's go to the reading. Um, yeah, that your period of time is passiveness, guys. Basically, you have to stay and observe the things and take advantage of every single opportunity, regardless of how bad that opportunity seems in the eyes of others. Now we do have the Tower card, and the Tower card here in your case does express that the destruction which happens, Cancer, is around you, not in your life, but it is around your life. Okay, and this destruction most likely is going to cause some very wonderful opportunities, but very um, sneaky opportunities as well. Okay, it is like you do a sneaky move towards someone and it's like you will start feeling bad for it, but in reality, guys, there is nothing that there is no reason why you should start feeling very bad for it. It is because, how can I place it in words? Life shifts regardless of what of is one wanted or one doesn't want it. Okay, I'll take the second card so I can explain it better. So here you do have the Seven of Swords, which is actually the card you need to struggle. Okay, And this is the self-esteem of taking whatever you deserve, whatever it is promised to you, whatever your rewards are, but you have been bereft from them, okay? And right now, because the destruction happens around you, Cancer, but it doesn't affecting you at all, you have the everything's necessary to press those people which deprived you, to press your authority toward certain situations, and to bend people on your will, to bend situation in a way that you want them to develop. And this is the shift that you are going to experience. But at the end of the day, Cancers, you have to do that very in a very smart way. You have to do it repartee, okay? Because you should not show yourself in front of the crowd. What I mean is that you need to be the one who pulls the strings here rather than the one who do the hard work, okay? So through a careful speeches, through a very measured actions, which are which are peripheral actions from that situation, you will be able it's not Bulgaria, it's Bulgaria. Actually, there is a G there. And yeah, it's actually a part of European Union, so people really don't know where that one is, but it is on a coast of a Black Sea. And at the same time, guys, it has a beautiful nature, and it's a wonderful country, though it doesn't have a very big standard of living. But this is exactly what it keeps me here. As I said, with what I do, I can live like a king here, and it's no issue with me. While if I live in the United States, I have to work 24/7 to do the same standard of living, which. And here, besides, I do own my place. It is a small place, yeah, but it is mine. And I do own my car. Why should I go and live on rent somewhere where we do have everything here? It's not like we are in a third world country. We do have everything that United States can offer as well. I mean, so yeah, the Cancers, you do, guys, need to start using your authorities right now. Let me give you one example. Let's say that your boss at your job, it's kind of used you till now. They have mistreated you in a sense that they have exploited your skills, they have exploited your freedom, to a sense where you have worked over hours and these kind of stuff, and for some reason you have been bound to that job. You couldn't simply leave. It could be because of your family and you cannot afford to live because you have to feed your family. It's because you do have a mortgages to pay and these kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, right now, what is going to happen, guys, is that they are going to suffer from something. And through their suffering, they are going to be very weak. Okay, and just at this time, just at the time of their weakness, guys, you can ask for yours. You can say, look, I am going to do that. I'm going to exploit the situation if you don't raise my salary, for example. And yeah, it's a bad thing to do in a normal circumstances. It's a surreptitious thing. But hey, think about what they have done in the past. Think about how they haven't gave you what you deserve. Okay, and think it like a karma return for their behalf. So whatever it's happening for you, so if you do have where was my thought? Well, the chat's becoming very interesting here. Anyway, so guys, you need to take advantage of every single opportunity that you can bend the situation, and you can use the situation and convert it into your favor, toward your favorable end. Now, are you going to cross people? Definitely. Are you going to place people and corner them? Definitely. Are you going to make them miserable? Most likely, okay? But it is what life is. Hey, life is unfair, guys. And if you don't do that right now, if you don't make someone who made you miserable in the past right now, they will know that they can get away with it, and they will continue on doing it. This is just like a payback period of time for you. Just think about it like this, okay? And this is what your intention should be here. We do have the Magician card, and the Magician for you, Cancer, says that you do have any means necessary. They don't have to be only positive, good, flourish, thriving things. You do have every means possible to achieve your goals. So right now, it is all in your hands, guys. How you're going to use those leverages, how you're going to use your connections, how you're going to use your communicational skills, this is very important as well, and how you're going to use your skills and knowledge is entirely up to you. But at the end of the day, if you are not in a better position, you are the only one to be blamed, because here we are seeing that the universe is giving you everything you need. It not just everything you need as a skill, knowledge, and these kind of stuff, but also as a circumstances that influence upon other people. Okay, and other people will be naked in front of you, in a sense of that they will be defenseless, and you can get whatever you want. So you gotta go for it, guys. So the lesson you need to learn here is the Knight of Pentacles, and this time the lesson is teaching you guys that you should not go for or you shouldn't try to read among the rows. Okay, that's the lesson. I mean, when something happens, there isn't, maybe sometimes there isn't a greater reason that to happen. Okay, maybe it just is, and it's happening for only a simple reason. So this is what the lesson for you is, that the great thing, the most beautiful and the most productive things which happen in life, they are simple things, because sophisticated plans does not lead to a very good, a very big benefits at the end of the day. And the energies you will have, that will be the Two of Wands, and as an energy, this card is very aggressive. As soon as you taste a drop, a glimpse of your power, guys, here that you will have upon the situations and upon other people, you will start feeling yourself almighty. Okay, and although you will be in a certain moment like this, almighty, you should not forget that everything has its time, and it is rather more favorable for you to make the things quite calculated, to make your approaches quite calculated, rather than to use a brutal force, because as we said, this is a karma payback time for the people that did you wrong. But as the karma payback is toward them right now, it easily can be toward you in the near future. So you have to be in the same time accountable for your actions. Yeah, read between the lines. Yeah, it's kind of like this, Kira. So yeah, Leo is next. So what did you say, guys? You're coming over? Okay. Well, I don't know where you are living, but if you are living in United States, this is half a world away, guys. I am on the opposite side of the world. It's, I don't know, it's a 9 hours flight plane, and it's ridiculous. Okay, so Leo. Uh, for Leo, we do have the Two of Cups is the first card, which marks the topics, and then we do have the Five of Cups, the second, and then we do have the Death card, and then is the Ten of Cups, and then it's the Fool. So, guys, Leos, this isn't going to be a very serious period of time for you. It's all about, guys, having fun, and it will regards to your social circle, it will regards to your friend, maybe it will regard as well towards your boyfriend or a girlfriend that you do have. But the truth here, guys, with the Two of Cups that you do have as a main topic is that you will face a lot of love that is coming in your way. Your co-workers will show how much they love you with spontaneous parties, let's say, as people want to make party here in the center or in the downtown, excuse me. I know that the because in Europe it's more accepted to say the downtown, that it is the center of the city, but yeah, people in United States say downtown of the city. Anyway, so people may surprise you with spontaneous parties, spontaneous gifts. Your friends could make you spontaneous surprises, and it's all about a happy emotions, guys. Now you need to remember here that if you're feeling really down in the dumps, if you're feeling emotionally broken, guys, people, friends, family members, co-workers, if you want to say it also that way, your boyfriend or girlfriend, they will yeah, it is because, guys, I don't expect that you will come here, and it's just it's fun to talk about that, you know. I'm not blushing, it is just a little bit hot here. Anyway, so uh with this card, it is kind of like you will be able to share your pain. That's my thing, okay? That's my thing, bullshit, but that's the thing. You will be able to share the pain that you do experience, either in of a failure of a project, and you will face the support of your coworkers, or of you know, unshared love that you recently experienced, and your friends in your social circle are completely going to support you, and they will do anything they can to just, you know, occupy your mind so you don't think for that failure. Or if something happens into your career as well, your romantic partner is gonna have you will have the support of your romantic partner, the complete unconditional support, and these kind of stuff, guys. So it's all about a common experience here. It's all about that if you are willing to share your emotions, you need to know that shared pain is going to be halved pain, and shared happiness is going to be a double happiness. So talking about that, this card may signify, it doesn't show pretty much about career, it just shows, guys, that you will have a wonderful, very friendly and kind environment into your career place. And if we're talking about relationship status and you are single, this card, guys, could signify that someone is going to make a contact with you, and that contact will be premeditated to have a romantic shade into it. So you may start flirting, and you may start hanging out with someone, and later on it can go into a deeper commitment, but this isn't defined right now, okay? And the next card, that is going to be the things that you need to cope with, and things that you have to struggle with because you can't avoid them. And this is the Five of Cups. Now, I cannot, not that I cannot make a sense of that card right now, but it is very personal based on the Two of Cups. Okay, this card here shows, to me at least, is that you will try to keep your positive attitude. That's not the bad thing, okay? But you will rather say that you are fine to those people which really want to help you while you are not okay, right? So the real things that you will struggle with this period of time, guys, is to admit that you did something wrong, you have been denied, you have been deprived, you have been screwed over, or you screwed over, and these kind of stuff. It's all about admitting, guys, that something went wrong, so people can really help you. Because if people doesn't know what is wrong, if people doesn't know that there is anything wrong, they cannot help you, because it does seems that you don't want any help. And that's the thing here, is that you are about to see that with the support of all these people, regardless of how bad your situation is, let's say that you have fought with your girlfriend or a boyfriend, you really had that big scandal, they said to you, I don't want to hear from you anymore, don't call me anymore, and these kind of stuff. and next day you go out on a coffee with a very best friend of yours, and they tell you, how are you doing, man, is there something wrong? Although you look, it does look like that there is something wrong. I mean, it's just shrieking out of you that there is something wrong. You say, no man, I'm just fine, you know, I just didn't have a good sleep last night. And they cannot help you in that case. I mean, you have to say it. There is nothing shameful for that, Leo, okay, to say that there is something wrong in your life. And not that they will help you materially, but they will help you emotionally. And at this moment, that help works more than the material help that you can um, utilize, you know. And then we do have your intentions. And with the death card, guys, the intentions here, that's actually a very peculiar combination. It is because this card shows that it does depend how it does depend how unfold for you guys. But generally, this card shows that you can make that pleasant environment, that kind of environment, for example, into your career for a long lasting thing. Also, you can build up your relationship stronger, that is going to go long lasting. And this is what your intentions should be. Whatever changes for the better here, you need to kind of like tend to keep it for a long duration. You need to aim and put some effort to solidify it so it can go for a long run. You know, you shouldn't take it for granted. This is what I'm trying to say here. Whatever is stable and whatever is pleasant for you, I mean, the circle of your colleagues, it's really kind, it's really great. You shouldn't abuse that. You shouldn't take it for granted. You shouldn't make bad jokes with them, for example. You shouldn't try to exploit them in this kind of stuff, because the things can convert quite quickly. And for your relationship goes the same thing, guys. Yeah, your partner, you will have the unconditional support of your partner, but you shouldn't exploit it. You shouldn't think that they will stay with you no matter what. They will stay with you no matter what exterior, but if you are acting like a jerk, they will leave you, just so you know. And the lesson you need to learn here, guys, that will be the 10 of cups, is that when things are good, I mean, why you need to aim to make them better, okay, at this very moment. This is it is a card that teaches you that at a certain point you need to feel yourself fulfilled, okay, and with a certain success. So it's about completely going against the greed. So this period of time will teach you how you should not be greedy, guys, because greed in your case, it's a bad thing. Now, greed in the Cancer case, as far as I remember, is wonderful thing. Basically, they will try from it. But for you, Leo, it's a bad thing. And the energies, that will be the Fool card. And the Fool card with energies, it means that you will be quite light with the interaction of every single circumstances, guys. You will be quite spontaneous with your empathizement toward people, with your communications and these kind of stuff. Basically, these energies attract attention towards you, because these energies are going to present you as a pure and innocent person, and they're going to purify you as well. Okay, let me shuffle and we can go to Virgo, next one. By the way, guys, I am doing now giveaways every week. And in order to take a giveaway, which is going to be a video weekly reading for you personally, only thing you have to do is to share any live feed that it is streamed. And when you do that, make sure that you have that box unmarked into Facebook settings, that it does show who shares the feed or who shares the post, because otherwise it's going to hide your name, and then I will not know that you are the one who participate into it. So basically, the more shares you do have, the more chances you do have to get a free weekly reading. Thank you, Jenny. Erica, you are not agreed with something. Oh, yeah, I haven't done Aquarius or Sagittarius. Yeah, the winner is going to be announced at the weekend reading, and they're going to receive. I will going to contact them. You know, um, I will going to contact them personally to ask for their email, and then I will send to them a video with the weekly personal reading. And this it's not really a promotion. This giveaway will go on every single week. So from now on, guys, everybody who shares have a chance to win a free reading. Okay. So that being said, going to Virgo. And we're really making this stream long, guys. I may speed it up a little bit, but this will not affect the quality of the readings, okay? It's just I may not pay too much attention to the chat, and I do apologize for that. So Virgos, Six of Wands, it is the first card. Then we do have the Eight of Pentacles. Then we do have the Knight of Swords, and then it's the Hermit, and then it's the Eight of Wands. And that will be a rather very emotional period of time for you guys, a period of time where you will be quite thrilled. Why? It is because you will be personally recognized. It is because people will slam your shoulder saying, good job, man, you have done it finally and lastly, or we could have not done this without you. So it's kind of like a time of personal recognition, guys. It's a time of peak experience. It is time of great achievement. It is a time of where you will actually start feeling that you are appreciated for what you have done for your company, for your relationship, you name it. And when it comes to your relationship, that will be a very emotional time, to a sense that every single activity that you do make with your partner will create an extreme amount of pleasure, will have an extreme amount of pleasure within you, and the burst of passion will be tremendous, Virgo. And you basically, everything will be multiplied by 10. Every experience that you do have will be multiplied by 10. And for what it seems with this card, guys, the majority, if not all of it, all of the experiences you will have during this 2 weeks period of time are going to be a pleasant experiences. So a very, very positive, emotionally positive period of time for you, Virgo. Now the problem here will be, 10 of Pentacles, is that you will not be able to give as much attention or as much time to these activities as you would like to, because there will be quite so many, and you will not be able to fit them into your schedule because the time goes only that long, and there are that many hours in one day, and basically it's impossible for you to contribute for every single activity to its full potential. And this will be the only thing for you, Virgo, that you're going to struggle with. So into your relationship, you will have so many things to do with your partner, so many wonderful things, and you will struggle with the choosing of what exactly you want to do. It is because every single one of it is going to be quite positive, and it's going to give you a very pleasant sensual emotions, and it's going to burst your enthusiasm, and is going to ignite your emotions. And into your career, every single project that is given to you is going to have the potential of being very, very successful. The question is which one. Okay, in which one you could be better? That is the question here. So you will struggle with the choice of which one is going to benefit you most, either into your career or into your relationship. And in reality, guys, if you're not a greedy person, regardless of what you choose, is gonna have a fantastic outlook for you. The intentions here with the queen, with the Knights of Swords, basically your intention should be to make your your decision very quickly. It is because it's not gonna wait for you very long. But the key here with this card, guys, is that you need to kind of ask your well, ask no, but synchronize your logic with your emotions. So you have to take that activity, or you have to choose that project which will you will be comfortable of doing, and in the same time you're feeling confident of, you know, bringing it to its very end. That is the key here. So it's kind of like taking a middle road, making a compromise and not going to either an extreme pleasure or an extreme difficulties. They need to be quite measured and in balance. So something that you will do into your career should be interesting in you, should come interesting to you, and in the same time, guys, you should feel the pleasure from doing it, and you should have the pleasure from reaping the fruits of its labor. Now, the lesson you need to learn here is the Hermit card, and the Hermit card kind of finicky to tell you as a lesson based on these cards, but in this case, the card shows, guys, that everything that we do does matter, regardless of how small it looks like in the eyes of others. So that makes me think that for most of you guys, uh, that will be people haven't believed in you in the past, you know, about you completing a particular project or completing a particular task. Your partner was very skeptical in your relationship, was very skeptical of you changing in a certain way so you can make the relationship better and better, and you're gonna prove these people wrong, and you're gonna see, or kind of like, this is the lesson that you will learn, that despite what other people think, despite what they want you to do, at the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy. You have to do what is the light of the end of the dark tunnel for you, even if there is no one there to applaud you. Because at the end of the day, guys, as soon as you finalize it, people will see how wrong they were, and people will apologize for it. And this is what is all about this 2 weeks period of time for you, Virgos. And then we do have the energies that will be the Eight of Wands, and this is one Virgo never running out of energy. This is one Virgo camping around, taking on everything, exploring, and carefully calculating and placing on scales every single opportunity, so Virgo can take the maximum out of their situation during this new moon period of time. I would like to say that I had more positive reading in the near past, guys, in the recent past, excuse me. So yeah, very, very positive for Virgo. Now we are going to Libra. Judy, you thank me for that I'm being here. Okay, so now Libras, the scales. That will be the Four of Swords with the Two of Cups with the Sun card. Look at that. And then we do have the seven, the Chariot, excuse me. So yeah, the Chariot. And then we do have the Justice. Okay, 1 second, guys. that's a quite tough reading. It's tough because the message is quite hidden, guys. Hello, whatever you are, with whoever you are with these glyphs. Are those glyphs Chinese or no? They aren't Chinese. They aren't Japan as well. They are so and are not Korean as well. What are they? Which country are they coming from? Okay, so let's go to the first three cards for Libra. Uh, this month, is it? They look so different from the movies I'm watching because I do like samurai movies, you know, and they look so different. Jesus. Okay. Anyway. um, so yeah, Libras, you have to slow down your emotions, guys, here in this month because there will be some insights that will come in your way. The problem with these insights here, we do have the Two of Cups, is that you are going to realize that there are noxious people in your life. There are people that are just poisoning your surrounding, and these people are active people. They are in contact with you right now in this very moment, and they are holding you back. And you have to realize that as soon as you, oh, okay, oh, I get it. As soon as you realize that these people actually have a negative impact upon your environment, upon your future, and upon your decision making as well, because this is about decision making here with the Four of Swords. You have to clear up your mind, guys. Basically, for what it seems, Libra, your mind have been poisoned for some reason. And I cannot see really poisoned, but twisted for someone else's benefit. And right now you have to kind of like detach from that, and by doing so, guys, what is the best thing to do is to close yourself. That is not the correct expression, not closing yourself, but call on a very trusted companion. This is very important here. You need to call a very trusted companion, person you know that never let you down, okay? A person who haven't done anything wrong against you, and they were always capable to speak the truth in your face. With this person, you need to start contemplating where you are right now, how you get there, and what you could have done in the past so you could have fixed your position right now. You have to realize, guys, that not just that you have done something wrong in the past, everything does something wrong in the past, okay? But as someone says, apologizing or these kind of stuff, you need to realize that the mistakes are reversible. And right now in this new moon period of time, you need to contemplate, catch up the breath from the stress that you do had in the recent past, from the pressure you do felt either from your boss or from your co-workers or from your partner into your relationship and these kind of stuff, and just separate yourself from those stressful activities. Well, of course, you cannot just separate yourself from your work, but you could be quite quiet at your job. You know, you may not want to interact with everybody there, but just with the people you need to interact with, okay? And spend as much time as you can with that trusted companion. Talk with him or with her, whatever, because through these conversation, guys, you're gonna reach to a brilliant solution for your position, for how you could for how you excuse me, for what you have done wrong in the past, even though it was unintentional, and how you can fix it. So it's all about making up about a certain approach you have done in the past, Libra, because either your perception or your judgment, or let's say, you know, the circumstances led to it were poisoned, and it was inaccurate at the end of the day, okay? And your intentions here should be, guys, as we do have the Sun card, is to either apologize, as someone suggested, or do whatever is necessary to fix that. And from there, the things are going to start unfolding naturally. Talking about your relationship, if you have done something wrong, you need to apologize for it, and you will know, guys, you need to do something to make your partner happy. Okay, because for what it seems with the Four of Swords, I mean, yeah, your partner may seem happy, but nothing really changed into what relationship, is it? Okay, so what you need to do is to initiate something which is going to make your partner happy, and from there you see that your relationship will start progressing naturally. And if we're talking about your career here, guys, this card, the Sun card shows that, how can I place it in words? Mm, you have to show more vigor into the things that you are attending to, and in the same time you need to, guys, focus on your personal success rather than on the success of someone else. So with that being said, well, for career, the Sun card doesn't really reflect way too much, but it does reflect that as soon as you realize what is wrong, and as soon as you realize that you had uh, the contribution to it, and as soon as you realize that you need to do something about it, the things are going to start unfolding for you quite naturally and with success. And at the end of the day, we do have the lesson you need to learn here, Libra, and this is the Chariot card. And the Chariot card shows, regardless how hard it seems, it never hurts for you to say I'm sorry. Regardless of how hard it seems, it is never too late to come back and make up for something. It is never too late to take on a failed project. It is never too late, guys, to change your convictions, to change your direction, and to change your urge of being successful. Okay, so that being said, if we're talking about your relationship, this period of time should teach you guys how to regain back the romance and the intimacy into your relationship. And the energies, there is no more perfect card than the energies here. Whatever happens, guys, at the end of this period of time, it will be something that you deserve. You will not be mistreated. You will not be treated unfair. The universe is not going to be unfair. The life is not going to be unfair. Basically, if you end up into a bad position at the end of this 2 weeks period of time, Libras, it is because you deserve it. Or if you end up in a very favorable position at the end of this 2 weeks period of time, it is because you deserve it. So that being said, guys, well, you Libras, you are going to get what you deserve. And this isn't only for you, this also affects everybody that is involved with you. So your partner, romantic partner, will get what they deserve. Your adversaries are going to get what they deserve. Your supporters are going to get what they deserve. So it's kind of like the faith will serve everybody's their portion of what they have worked for. Okay, so now let me shuffle and we can go to my kin, Scorpios. Oh yeah, yeah, Sunny, you like the Dreamcatcher? Actually, it's bought in United States, and it's bought from an Indian. who said that he consecrated it. And actually, what is funny is that when I sleep and the dream catcher is above my head, I don't dream nightmares. I don't dream at all. While I am quite active in dreaming, you know. Okay, so for Scorpio, Two of Pentacles is what we do have. Then we do have, wow, the Devil cards. Wow, okay. And then it's the World. Seriously? Okay. So. Okay. And then it's the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles. Family time, guys, relationship time. It's all about constructing our personal, most closest circle. And at the start, it may become a little bit more, let's say, not sluggish. That was not. It may fluctuate. Okay, it may fluctuate with ups and downs. You may not find the right approach to create your relationship either, or to get up in one tune with your family either, or you know, with your friends. You may fail them showing up into a let's say meetings or scheduled uh, beers and these kind of stuff. But regardless of what it is, this is how we juggle right now, Scorpios. This is how we are finding the best possible approach for us, so we can feel comfortable entering up in this most serious field of life. Friends, not friends, excuse me, family and relationship. So if this reflects, however, to your career, it is all about reaching harmony right now into your career and rearranging everything into a meticulous plan moving on forward. So this is why at the start of this 2 weeks period of time, we may be a little bit more scattered. We may scamper way too much around, you know, and in the eyes of the others, it does may not look like that we know what we are doing. But the thing is that we are arranging things. We are arranging priorities. We are doing what people neglect to do, and this is to dispose of the uncertainty at the very start of one initiation. Oh yeah, that's true, Tara. Anyway, so for your relationship, guys, this card shows that, you know, you need to be a little bit more flexible because things are going to fluctuate. What I mean is that at one day you may have quite a lot of time for it, another day you may not have quite a lot of time for it. It's just is going to be ups and downs into your relationship. You need to be patient, and you need to be playful in the same time, so you can align yourself with the situation. The struggle here, however, is the devil, and the struggle will be the power that you will have this week, Scorpio. And now that makes me smile. It is because in this sense, the power that the Scorpio will have. Well, let's say that you will have the power to alter outcomes. You will have, guys, the power to force chains of events that can really change the course of your future right now. The problem is for you right now, Scorpios, how you're going to control it. Okay? So my point here is, guys, that you should not give yourself away to temptation. Okay? Because at the end of the day, that temptation that you may give yourself away to, it could place a chains around your neck, a chains that are going to bind you toward certain rules, toward a certain what is the word here, guys, conditions, toward a certain relationship. This is very important. Okay, so yeah, you have the power, guys, to make the relationship and build it in your own image, in the outer look, of course. But you need to know that there is that as there is balance, things you haven't thought of, they are going to chain you quite hard toward the relationship. And at the end of the day, if you're not careful enough, you're going to see, guys, that actually you have built up your undoing at the end of the day. So how you can approach the devil card without way too much harm? You need to examine first your hunger, the hunger of how you can feel yourself successful and fulfilled. Okay, so is the hunger that you have to be with someone beautiful? Is the hunger that you have to be with someone solid financially? Is the hunger that you have to be with someone that is devoted toward the relationship and you care less for their material state and their outer look? Is your hunger your career, your succession, your whatever? You need to examine your hunger, guys, and you need to start following your hunger, because if you don't feed that hunger, you will never be able to control the tremendous power you do possess. Okay, and through that power, guys, as soon as you are capable to control it, you will be able to basically, I can't even express it, you will be able to alter outcomes. I like what is written in one of the books I read about the power of the devil. The devil says that just as God, I can be next to you and I can give you my wings, and with my wings you can be passion, you can be magic, you can be unstoppable. And this is what basically you can be. You can be unstoppable as soon as you can be able to tame and control the power given to you during this new moon period of time. And that's the thing, though, people are scared from the devil card because they don't, well, that is another topic. I really want to talk about this topic, but it does um, touch religion, and I don't want to mess with that, you know, because people will accept it either positively or negatively, and I don't want to mess with it. I do have my beliefs, I read about it, I'm convinced in it, but I don't want to change anybody else's conviction. Anyway, so the intentions, Scorpios, the World card, obviously the World card is about completion, so you need to aim to set the closures, guys. Set the closure into your relationship. This doesn't mean that you have to kill your relationship, but you need to know, is this person with you or it is not with you? You need to know also into your career, are you gonna get the promotion or you're not gonna get the promotion? How this is gonna happen? Well, quite simple, through asking. So you ask for it and you shall be answered. You don't seek for a presumptions, you don't seek for signs or this kind of stuff. The best way, guys, to know the truth and to know the true potential of your situation is basically to ask for it, because right now the truth for you is going to be naked, and you have to face the world naked. Whatever happens, that is very important, guys. Whatever happens, either make it or break it, soon a new perspective, excuse me, is going to emerge for you soon. So at the end of the day, guys, even if your partner says, screw you, I don't want to be with you anymore, you can say the same thing, well, farewell, brother, the next one is waiting for me just around the corner. Or into your relationship, into your career, for example, your boss could say, no, are you kidding me? No promotion. What have you done for the promotion? Well, you can say to him, have I not done enough already? I mean, if you don't want to give me the promotion, I can go elsewhere. You know, the world is big. And at the end of the day, I can do whatever I please. So the lesson, very important lesson here, guys. No matter how much we deny our destiny here with this card, it will always catch up with us. Because Scorpios, this is something, because I'm very strong Scorpio, I know that because I have double stellium into Scorpio, I have a bunch of planets into it and this kind of stuff. And our affinity is that we deny fate. We kind of like believe in fate or deny fate or whatever. It is kind of like we're going with the flow, and at least this is what I am. I'm speaking from my personal experience here as a strong Scorpio, that I'm going with the flow and I don't fight with something that it is basically struggling against me. Let me tell you that if into my career, if my career, for example, my boss goes against me, I will not argue with him. I will not, you know, I will, as much as I hate it, as much as it causes pain into me, I will not go against them and struggle and fight with them, because to me that's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, and I can redirect them into something much more productive and much more pleasant. And same goes for the relationship. If, for example, my partner goes against me, they fight with me regardless of what I say, they, I don't know how to say it, but they struggle against me for no reason whatsoever, I will not fight it. I don't feel obliged to prove myself. I don't feel obliged to, you know, to contribute endlessly. You know, if they don't want to be with me and they do seek a particular material reason to be with me, then they don't want to be with me, obviously. And as much as I hate it, as much as pain it causes me, it is best for me to redirect my, you know, my efforts into a different place. That's basically my philosophy here, and that's why I go with the flow. But right now, guys, it's about the fate, and the fate is gonna catch up with us, and we're gonna learn that we cannot fight fate, whatever we do. And last but not least, and that is all about our family and all about our relationship. It is about our career again. It is about how we are going to restore harmony into our career. And at the end, the energies, guys, flawless into our case. These energy shows that whatever we build is going to be indestructible. This energy also shows, guys, that we will have an opportunity to repair old mistake and to take advantage of something we couldn't in the past. So fantastic for us, guys. It does look like that for Scorpios, this 2 weeks period of time is going to be tremendously productive. Okay, now next one, that's come Sagittarius. So yeah, what's the point? What's the point to struggle against something if it is fighting against you? You know, it is not like you are fighting for something, but you are fighting with something. You know, it is not the same thing. I'm talking about if your boss or your boy or girlfriend is fighting with you. I mean, what's the point? If they just don't want to see from your perspective, if they just, for example, let's say that you have done something wrong. Okay, yeah, you have done something wrong, and they, let's say into your career, your boss doesn't plan to fire you, but they plan to shit on your head ever so often. What's the point? What's the point staying there, guys? I mean, it is pointless for you to fight them because they already have the conviction that you screwed. They haven't forgave you. They will not. They will not. They will not fire. They will not suspend you. But they will make your life miserable. What's the point? There is no point. Same thing goes into your relationship. Yeah, your partner may not break up with you if you have done something wrong, but any case, or any chance they have, they will bring it back from the shades. They will never forgive you. They will always say you haven't contributed enough, or you know, you did this and you did that, well, you should have not did this. Well, it's in the past. You can't do anything about it. What's the point to bring it up again? Okay, what's the point to say it? What's the point to make someone feeling uncomfortable and miserable? Why there is no need for that? I just don't struggle against these things. I avoid them. I just walk away from them because to me it's pointless. Okay, so now we are going to Sagittarius, and we do have the Sun card with the Emperor, with the Four of Wands, with the Queen of Swords. So Sagittarius with the Fool card. Sagittarius, this is all about forcing changes into your life, changes toward the better. And first thing you are gonna do, guys, for what does it seems with the Sun card is about being more successful into your career. I do believe that this is about career here, guys. It is not about a relationship. This is about you uh, making progress. And basically, not there is nothing much to be said about the Sun card from that regards than that you will be productive and successful into your career, and not everything you touch and everything you attend to is just gonna start happening. Okay, so this is as far as it goes to your career. Also, this card speaks for monetary increase, monetary raise, financial stability, guys. Being grateful and being I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god. Uh, so, and being not grateful, but being happy of how the things are unfolding, because the things are gonna start unfolding naturally for you. Talking about your relationship with this card, it does look like, guys, that just the contrary is going to happen of what I have explained it while I was shuffling. You are going to bury the tomahawk with your partner and you are going to make a peace with them. Okay, this is basically the topic of your team, and that is going to force a new era change of your either relationship or of your career as well. Then we do have what you are going to struggle against, Sagittarius, and that is the Emperor. So you're going to struggle against the organization of your things and of your duties, guys, because the responsibilities will be way too heavy for you to cope with them alone. Okay, for example, into your relationship, your partner also needs to take a contribution toward bearing down the tomahawks and making peace. Into your career, yeah, it's a great thing that you will take responsibility, it's a great thing that you will be productive, but you cannot do all the job. You know, there are things that they just don't depend on you, and that will be the things you need to struggle, and you need to make the people aware around you, especially into your career, is that, you know, it is not only up to you, but everybody, excuse me, needs to mind their job. Everybody needs to do their job, so at the end the collective result could be good. Otherwise, you cannot be the one who saved the day. I mean, you alone cannot be the one who saved the day. You can't be, but this is when other people contribute to the project that you're working at or to the company that you're working at. The problem here, guys, is going to be that the how can I place it in words? The project that you're gonna work at is going to be quite too narrow, with no room for making mistakes. Okay, and that is gonna be quite stressful for you. But if you are patient and meticulous enough, you are going to see, guys, that it is nothing that you cannot take on and deal with. And this is where we go to the aims you need to have, Sagittarius. And there is only one thing I can say about that card, either for your relationship and either for your career, guys. Do not let anything unfinished. Okay, whatever you start during this 2 weeks period of time of the new moon into Libra, you have to finish it. Otherwise, it does look like that it's not gonna go for a long run, or it's not gonna get along, and you will not be able to get the rewards from it, which is a bad thing, either into your career or into your relationship as well, guys. And then we are going to the next card, which is the lesson you need to learn. And that will be the Queen of Swords for you, Sagittarius. And Shelly, are you a Sagittarius? Now, the Queen of Swords as a lesson shows that one always can dig up enough strength to go through difficulties. I mean, one always can lift himself above the situation, and can how can I say it, really can forewarn himself for what is coming as soon as one has keen and sharp mind. So this this 2 weeks period of time lesson, guys, for you is about sharpening your mind and not allowing your emotions to dictate your actions. It's all about the keen perceptions and the cutting and sharp, clean judgment of what is coming and taking the necessary precautionary measures of not being deprived from it, from whatever negative impact, negative impact you may suffer from it. And at the end, we do have the Fool card, energies. Ladies, those who are trying to get pregnant, with these energies, you have a fantastic chance to get pregnant this week. And as we're talking about change, well, maybe that will be the change for you. And otherwise, guys, these are energies of one accepting things more lightly. These are energies of one not acting way too, not acting, but not taking way too serious the negative outcome, if there is or there are such negative outcomes. One not being way too attached to failure, and one being always positive toward new ideas, toward new perceptions, toward new people that could come into your life. By the way, guys, it does look like that you may make some quite new friends for the time being introduced into these 2 weeks. So it does look like that for you Sagittarius, this is going to be also a very productive 2 weeks period of time, where you are about to struggle, but the struggle is going to be this isn't even a struggle, it's going to be a slog, and it's going to be a sweet slog, because you are going to see that the hard work is scraped down from the to-go list at the end of the day. And when you turn back to see what you have done for the duration of these 2 weeks, you will be quite proud of yourself, guys. Now, next one is going to be Capricorns. Okay, so for Capricorns, the High Priestess is the first card. Then we do have the Five of Swords, and then that will be the Wheel of Fortune is the third card, and then we do have the Ace of Wands, and then that will be the Magician. So guys, we do have an initiation here, and that is going to be a very important initiation, and that initiation comes like out of nowhere. Okay, it comes out of the depths of your mind. Suddenly one day you have woke up and you instantly will know that you have to do something, and you have to do it at all costs. It is because it is the right thing to do, and it is because you feel that it is something quite mandatory for your success moving on forward. So talking about your career here with this card, guys, it does look like that from the usual routine you do, from the usual cope with the tasks and the responsibility you do have into your career, something big out of it is gonna come out, and you are going to take on a participation and initiation into it. It could be a new project, it could be a new position, for example, that you completely qualify for it, okay? And you can apply for it, and you can seriously take it, guys. There is no joke here. But the thing with the High Priestess is that you need to, that's the thing here, Capricorns. It's not going to look like that obvious at the start. It's going to look like more like a mirage, more like a vision to you, okay? And as fast as you make yourself aware that it is true, that it is real, the faster you will be able to seize it and to start working upon it. As I said, it is about initiation, guys. Despite that we do have the High Priestess as a first card, which is usually a card of waiting, and it is in your case, but this is awaiting that big thing to happen, okay? Out of all these ordinary routines that you're doing into your career. And when it happens, you will instantly sense it, because the High Priestess says that you will have a acute sense, acute perception that goes even beyond intuition. And as I said, it goes beyond intuition because you just know things. This have nothing to do with intuition, but it has with the inner wisdom that you do carry. With these things will not make sense to you, but this doesn't make them wrong. So you need to take advantage of them and you need to act upon them. Talking about your relationship, that card says nothing but a stronger soul bond in between you and your partner. Basically, you will be able to connect with them on a soul level, and when they feel miserable, you will instantly know that. When they feel happy, you will instantly know that. And when they need something, you will instantly know that. The things that you will struggle with, that is going to be the Five of Swords, guys. And you are going to struggle with, how can I place the words here? You're going to struggle. That's difficult. So the Five of Swords is about winning at all cost, but not only that, it is about a humiliation, and um, it is about placing trust into wrong people. So you're going to struggle, guys, of placing your trust. You have to be quiet, you have to keep silence for what you have found out, because most likely it is a gold mine. People, as I said, okay, we are back. So the stream has been interrupted for a small duration, so 1 second. So as have been said, guys, you will be aware of what's going on, but people will not be, because you will have that inner wisdom telling you where the gold is leaking from, and it's going to be a gold mine. So you have to be the first to take advantage of it, and in the same time you shouldn't share it with anybody, despite how good friend that it is, your co-worker or whatever. You need to know that with this card, whatever you share, you are going to be fucked up around for it, you know, because people were greedy, because people were surreptitious, and because people think for themselves first and foremost, and then they will think for you. If you think other way around, then unfortunately, Capricorns, you are a fool if you think other way around. This is what the card says. I'm sorry that I'm saying it that way, guys. It is just, this is the message, and I'm sorry if it is too harsh to you. I don't want to offend anybody. It is just what it is. So next one, that will be the initiation here, and the Wheel of Fortune speaks for itself, guys. The Wheel of Fortune here describes how you need to take advantage of the chaos that is going to start happening around you. This is the only thing I can say for it, because it's just a confirmation of how fast you need to react. And you need to keep up with, however, with your ordinary routine, so you don't become suspicious to the people around you by taking this opportunity. The later the people realize what you are up to, the bigger benefit you will have and the bigger lead you will have in front of them. It is very important with the Wheel of Fortune, guys, to take advantage, as I said, of the chaos, because the wheel will be spinning. Everybody will be in a limbo state. It's kind of like disinterest of whatever. They will not be able to realize the true potential of one situation. You, however, will spot it right away. And hesitation, it is highly unadvisable, because it's only going to bereft you from a great result at the end of the day. And the lesson you need to learn, again, we do have the Ace of Wands, and you need to initiate, guys. It is all about initiation. Here, these cards are just screaming for initiation. This is the card of inspiration. This is the card of actions, but also it's a card of treasures, because we do have the castle here, and the castle is a symbol in tarot cards, in Rider-Waite tarot cards. I'm not talking about Thoth tarot. And this is a topic I'm going to do as well, a video, the difference in between Thoth and Rider-Waite creed. And the castle here shows that there is the castle are associated with treasures, you know, with treasury rooms. One castle has its certain treasures, but also with monsters. So you have to conquer the monsters in order to collect the treasures. So it is associated with difficulties, but in the same time, great difficulties comes with a great reward. But in the grand scheme of things, this is a lesson learned that there is nothing unsolvable, there is nothing unresolvable, guys. And even if you are feeling yourself in a tough spot, regardless of how difficult the situation looks like, the way out, it is always presented at the end of the day. And the energies here is the Magician. So basically these energies shows that they're going to support you through it with any kind of resource you need, with any kind of idea you need. So you will not lack ideas, guys. You will not lack supportatives. You will have the fellowship in order to chase that goal, and also you will be quite enchanting with your speech, and you will be able to bewitch people. Well, under bewitch I mean to submit people to your will, in a sense of their sweet talking or twisting truths. So if you kind of have to bend the truth here and there, this isn't considered lie. It is about the craft of the trade of one salesman. You know, the trick of the trade, excuse me, into one salesman. One salesman always bends the truth a little bit so it can sell product, because you will never be able to, let's say, save PlayStation, because I do like to play on PlayStation. You will never be able to sell PlayStation if you say, well, it's only 30% stronger than the previous PlayStation, version. But you will win clients if you say, now it is support 4K, now it is support, HDR, and it support this and that in 60 frames per second. Nobody needs to know the negative side. This is what I'm saying, if they don't ask for it. Okay. So yeah, this is what we're talking about, Laura. Did you say what you cannot do in this interview, or you said what you could do? And even if you couldn't do something to a perfection, you haven't said, well, I have tried it once but I screwed up. You haven't said that, right? Okay, so let me shuffle now, and we're going to Aquarius. By the way, guys, don't forget about the giveaway I'm doing, weekly giveaway. If you share the stream, or even the video after the stream is done, the post in general, you will, well, participate into, let's say, a lottery. That one name will be chosen, and that name will be announced tomorrow on the weekend reading, and this person will be contacted personally for an email, and they will receive a personal weekly reading. So yeah, the more shares you do, the more chances you have to get the personal weekly reading. And I mean, the more shares, the more posts you share. Okay. So for Aquarius, wow, I'm really exhausted, guys. But it is a quite nice show. I really enjoy it. I thank you all being here, and I really enjoy it, guys. Okay. So for Aquarius, we do have the Five of Swords with the Tower card. A very violent period of time for you Aquarius is. Very violent. With the Ten of Swords, yeah, that will be, Jesus. That is going to be quite tremendous, if I can say it that way. Okay. With the Moon card. And then we do have the Queen of Cups. Guys, this is all about material stability. This is all about money, or spending money, or earning money. It is all about how much we can extract from our work, and it doesn't look good. Okay, so it doesn't look good to a sense where it's how can I place the words? Well, people will try to be sneaky. What I mean is that even though you deserve something, they will kind of like either your boss or your partner into your relationship. Well, this isn't about relationship at all, Aquarius. It's all about work or a private job or a services that you have made to certain people, and now they have to pay. The problem is that they will start doing these cheeky things like not picking up the phone, starting to negotiate, and these kind of stuff. And this is all that these three cards are showing. It's virtually all that these three cards are showing. And they will start changing conditions, like meet me here, meet me there. I need an extension and these kind of stuff. But can you not lower the price of your services? Well, I cannot pay right now the whole price. I could give you a small amount, and I could pay it in a duration of time. And these kind of stuff, guys. You need to know that a price is a price. There are no negotiations. And I hope that you have signed your contract well, because for what it seems, these people are going to take advantage on every single window or a door, back door that they can, so you don't get paid at the end. Okay? And your intentions here, the Ten of Swords, speaks for itself, excuse me. You have to crush them. You have to basically prepare for war. And in this war, guys, you can be the warlord. You can be the one who actually inflict damage, as long as you are determined to do whatever is necessary to get what you have been owed. So people that took money from you, and they promise that, well, giving money on a loan is out of the question for this period of time. I mean, if you gave money, just forget about them. You ain't going to get them back, like ever, for what it seems with these cards. And you are going to see, guys, that so-called very best friends and good friends are no more than just users and exploiters and are bad people in reality. And you will want to hurt them. That's the thing. You will want to hurt these people. And the cards advises you to do so. Do you know why? It is not because you will be a bad person if you do it, but because if you don't do it, they will hurt somebody else. And they will hurt somebody else after that, and after that, and after that. And I want to give you an example. Okay? I was walking with a friend of mine, which is a well, let's say that he does have a license to run a gun, a combat gun, you know, handgun. And we were walking to a main street here in Sofia, and an old man with a dog, a very big dog, I think it was Canadian wolf, you know, came around the corner, and the dog was not on a leash, and he didn't have, you know, that thing they put it on the face so they cannot bite. He didn't have it. And the dog, as soon as we turn out the corner, the dog immediately attacked us. And it's not like he just was brawling on us. You know, he jumped and tried to bite me on my neck, and after that he jumped and tried to bite my friend on his neck. And my friend immediately picked up the pistol and shot him straight in the head. And it is not because we couldn't not keep the dog and you know, dismantle it, but because what if it wasn't us, but it was a pregnant woman? What if it was 3-year-old kid which was just playing on the street? What then they could have done? Because the old man obviously haven't do anything. He just said Rexy, 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 and he just stood there and observed how the dog attacked us. So sometimes, yeah, it's self-protection, but it's the same thing here. You are protecting yourself through attacking, because sometimes, and especially into your case, Aquarius, is the attack is the best defense in this case, especially talking about money, especially talking about a material comfort. You should not share nor give away of your material comfort, and if you have been owned something, now is the time to ask for it, and now is the time to lead a war for it. It is because you will be able to take an edge and win the war. And this is the lesson you need to learn here, guys. With the moon card, it's kind of like this card in that case comes as a warning that people will try to let's say to blur your vision or keep you in an ignorant position. What I mean is that they will try to withdraw information from you, and they will try to bend certain circumstances, if I can say it that way. And the lesson is that just because something haven't been just because you don't believe in something right now, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Just because you don't believe that your partner ain't gonna return back your money, it doesn't mean that they will return you back your money. If you believe that your boss is going to change after 2 months and they're gonna give you the raise you deserve, it doesn't mean that they're gonna give you the raise you deserve. You have to fight for that right now in this very moment. Otherwise, Aquarius, people are gonna see that you're weak. People are gonna see that they can simply get away with what they're doing to you, and they will start doing it on different people as well, and they will continue on doing it on you. So get up, arm yourself with whatever you have. I mean, not guns and poisons and these kind of stuff, but convictions with a determination to get on top of this war that you are leading. And at the end, we do have the energies here with the Queen of Cups. The energies are quite, how can I say it in words, quite supportive. These energies are going to keep up your emotions in a state where you will always know, or you will not feel bad for what you are doing. It is kind of like you will have that safety trigger for not feeling pity for those who did you wrong. And that's a good thing, is it not? Okay, last but not least, guys, we go to Pisces. Okay, Queen of Cups is the first card. Then we do have the Two of Cups. And then we do have the Knights of Pentacles. The High Priestess is the next card. And the Five of Swords is the next card. So guys, it's about contemplating for yourself of what you do feel toward your job, for example, or toward your relationship. Especially job-wise, guys. You may start feeling that you're not getting as much as you deserve at the place that you're working at right now, but this doesn't mean that you have to leave it in this 2 weeks period of time. It is just emotions, guys. Yeah, and it's not that you don't get what you deserve, but you may start feeling that something isn't quite right, in the sense that you are not feeling happy of how the company is structured, of how the co-workers are treating you, of how the whole rules, you know, have to be applied, and so on and so on. You may not be you may not feeling happy of how your supervisor is treating you, or your boss is treating you, and these kind of stuff. But this doesn't mean that you will change your job in the next couple of weeks. This card means that you will start thinking and contemplating about it. But in the same time, you will do a fantastic performance at your work, doing exactly what you have been asked and what your responsibilities were. and are nothing less but nothing more. Okay, so that is going to be what you're gonna happen into your career in the next couple of weeks. Your relationship wise is the same thing, guys. Contemplating, and most likely you're about to realize that you have more deeper emotions towards your partner, and your partner have a deeper emotions towards you at this very moment. um, Moving on forward, basically you're going to realize that either your partner or your child, well, for the child obviously, but you're going to realize that your partner, if not the child, is the true joy that you do have in your life, and that will be somehow um, not make a the fate is going to make a note of it for you in this 2 weeks period of time, and you are going to realize that everything you ever wanted is this person or this kid or whatever. And then we do have the Two of Pentacles. The problem here with you guys is that you will not have enough time to spend with whatever here is making you feel awesome, good, fulfilled, like it is your dream, like it is exactly what you want to do moving on. Especially talking about relationship, for what it seems, exterior distractions, exterior chores are going to eat up a lot of your time, a time which you could have spent by being into a relationship. And the thing is here with the Two of Pentacles, guys, is that you can kind of like align yourself. I mean, you can kind of like mitigate and fluctuate in between one thing and then your relationship, another thing and then your relationship, and actually you will give that way too much time, not way too much time, but just enough time to the relationship so you can start exploring and feeling these sensual emotions that you will have, which are going to make you feel awesome. Okay, they will make you feel love, they will make you feel like your life does have a meaning and it's worth living. Well, every life worth living, but yours right now, Pisces, will worth living more than it was worth living yesterday. Okay, and talking about your career, well, this card actually expresses shenanigans, which in a reality they should be accepted a little bit with more funny face, okay, with a smile. But in this case they are just going to kind of like you know, not depress you, but what is the word, they will annoy you. Okay, they will annoy you and aggravate you. It is because you will find out that you are not quite happy at this job, and until now, while you are happy, you know, they were just something that really breeds some uh, varieties into your career. Right now they're just the next annoying thing you have to deal with. That's the only thing. And the initiation here, guys, that you need to aim for, that will be the Knights of Pentacles. Talking about your career, this card says nothing else but do things in a systematic order. And in the same time, guys, it is kind of like accepted that the Knight of Pentacles needs to utilize the vast field that they can work upon. So you need to regain back the sense of pleasure by doing your work. And I'm not talking about you taking on a new challenges or you taking on a new tasks, but rather be more meticulous about your current duties, about your current tasks. And as you being more meticulous and more simple, well, being meticulous and simple are two different things. Yeah, the progress will be slower, but no one is breathing in your neck. And in the same time, when you start seeing actually the unfoldment and how well it is working out in this kind of stuff, you are about to regain back that enthusiasm and that fulfillment about the job that you're doing. And the next one, that will be the lesson you need to learn, and this is the High Priestess. And as a lesson this time, guys, whoa, wait a second, I forgot about relationship. This card shows that as an initiation you need to aim to reignite back a certain emotions in your partner, guys. Okay, you need to aim to how can I place it in words, to make the things simple in between each you, to make the things like more open, like without any secrets, like without any pre-calculated actions. When, for example, when you want something, you say it. You don't do it through placing your partner into uncomfortable position, so you are 100% sure that they will never say no and this kind of stuff. It is basically being honest, being fair, because this is how they are going to treat you, fair and honest. And the lesson you need to learn here, guys, the High Priestess, as a lesson, that card shows that there is a always a room for a one moment more waiting and contemplating. So it's all about not taking harsh decisions, excuse me. So at the start of the week, yeah, you may at the start of this period of time, yeah, you may find out that, for example, you are not very happy at the job you are right now, not the particular career path, but the company you are in right now. And that may force you, or may urge you to make a very harsh, forced decision to change your job. But you may be wrong, guys. It may be your emotional state. As I said, it is a time of contemplating and thinking what is really best for your emotional state. And you have to figure that one out. Yes, for one, it's going to be a new job, but for others, it's going to be being more meticulous about the job they are doing right now, because this is the way how the how they it is the way how their things are unfolding, which is going to give them pleasure and these kind of stuff. And last but not least are energies. We have the Five of Swords for you as an energies, guys, and these energies, although quite violent, they are imbuing your surrounding and your existence with the necessary tenacity for you to do what is necessary in order to end up in a favorable position at the end of the day at all cost. So you will have the endurance to take on this annoying shenanigans. You will have the endurance to repeat and repeat and repeat to your partner what you want and what you want and what you expect in these kind of stuff, without being aggravated in these kind of stuff and these kind of things. And at the end of the days, guys, you are gonna end up in an upper hand. You are gonna end up victorious. You are gonna end up as someone in a much better position than they were at the start of this 2 weeks period of time. So that was the tarot scopes for all 12 star signs, guys. It was quite of a live show. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you have enjoyed it too. Don't forget about the giveaway, and of course this also contributes to the people that haven't saw this and are unaware of these lives. If these videos are helping you guys, again, share the video and share the feed so it can help to more people, and with every share you have a bigger chance, guys, to be winner at the giveaway, which will be announced tomorrow at the weekend stream. The winner of it will win a free weekly reading that will be sent via email to them. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to hug the pillow, and I wish you best of luck in the next full moon, or in the next new moon cycle, excuse me, and we're gonna see each other next time, guys. If you do want a private reading, we can always have one, as you can visit my website, which is written here in the screen, in the post, excuse me, www.tarotpredictions.net, and you can make your purchase there. And as soon as you make your purchase, we can schedule an appropriate time for both of us so we can perform the reading. With that being said, guys, I wish you best of luck. I love you. I thank you all for that big support that you're showing me. I will never forget it, and how I can forget such a thing, guys. And we're gonna see each other tomorrow for the weekend reading. Until then, have a great one and see you next time. Bye.